Hello YouTube. I'd just like to make a quick little video tutorial on how to clean up an NES cartridge, or really any cartridge, any video game cartridge at all. So, first things first, you gotta start with the Q-tips and a little rubbing alcohol. Our good friend Mr. Rubbing Alcohol. So, clean off the Q-tip, get her in there. You're gonna wanna clean up the pickups on the bottom. Now, you got a slab of silicone in the middle and gold pickups on the top and the bottom. They get dirty because they're not exactly horribly exposed, but over time they are exposed enough that they're going to pick up a lot of crud. And a lot of kids used to blow on these things, so you got to clean that up in there. You got to clean up the little bits of spit, whatever's left over. Anyways. So that's the first step you want to take. Now, the next step is actually getting right into the cartridge. That is, if you need to. If your game still isn't working, if it's giving you problems after that, you gotta get your trusty NES screwdriver out and take out all these special screws. If you don't have this screwdriver, you can get off Amazon.com for about $5. Not even. There is a trick that you can use. You can use a Bic pen, the kind that are clear, hard plastic, and come with a removable cap. You can heat the end of that up, and you heat it up not enough that it burns, but that the plastic will melt a little bit, and then you can use that. Once you heat it up, you put it in the hole. It'll take the shape of the screw, and then you can unscrew it. This is what cartridge looks like on the inside. Now, not all of them. Most of them don't take up most of the cartridge area. Some do. Some are definitely a lot bigger than others. Now, a real professional would be able to see the code off this here circuit board, and they'd be able to give you an idea exactly what it was if you ever lost the case and you really cared. Now you can see on these teeth that we still have some wear. Come on, autofocus. We still have some wear on those teeth, and I can scrub that thing with the Q-tip all day for days, and I'm still gonna have that wear on there, on the pickups right here. So yeah, now don't get too excited. This is gold, but it's a very, very thin amount. Very thin. Gold picks up very nicely. As a pickup, it's excellent. So the next thing that we want to do here is try to get this this guck off here, this corrosion, this wear, whatever you want to call it. And the best way to do that is with an eraser, I find anyways. So yeah, let's give it the old back and forth. Now basically what this does is it acts like a very fine sandpaper, and it sands the pickups down so gently and cleans the black crud off of it. Now be careful, you don't want to break the circuit board when you're doing this. This does take a bit of time. Now, if these pickups have been worn quite a bit, you're not going to be able to make it perfect. You can make it better, but you can't make it perfect again. I mean, once that gold gets worn off, it's gone. But when you help with the pickups, you make those pickups as clear as you can. That's the best thing you can do. So just to give you an idea how well we cleaned up here, this is the side that I did go over with the eraser, and this is the side that I didn't go over with the eraser. So you can see the difference. Anyways, the next step is pretty drastic. I wouldn't do it for just anything, but I have done it with computer equipment. Honestly, I've never had to do it with a Nintendo board because I've never had any that were bad enough I had to go to this next step. But the next step is something called reflowing, and that basically means to reflow the solder on the circuit board. Now you got these chips that are attached to the board that go down to the pickups, and yeah, they're all attached by solder. Now if these game systems were left out in the cold in a garage or something due to expansion and retraction, eventually sometimes the solder will break, hurting the connection from the chips, from the ROM to the pickups. So then what you would do is you would put it into the oven. Now if you want to reflow the solder, what you want to do is you want to put one of these suckers on a cookie sheet and put it in the oven. You're going to want to put it in the oven for about 205 degrees for 10 minutes. That is if it is an older kind of circuit board. Older circuit boards have lead in it. Newer circuit boards don't. So you need more heat on the ones that don't have the lead. Now you're going to want to make sure you don't get a whiff of what comes out of the oven as soon as you open the door. You're going to want to open some windows, keep it well ventilated. You might even want to do some research elsewhere on how to properly do it based off what you're reflowing. But that is your last step that you can take. After that, there's really not much that you can do. So that is how to clean an NES game. Thank you.